Good day, everybody. I'm Shmi, and I make guides for Path of Exile's Ruthless mode. If you're enjoying the content, please hit that like button and feel free to subscribe if you'd like to see more. Today, I'm going to show you all why investing deep into individual league mechanics on your Atlas is a bad idea in Ruthless mode. In order to do that, I need to use a whole lot of the worst four-letter word. In my last video, I did a tier rankings of the 10 league mechanics. Some people were pretty unhappy because they felt that I was criticizing the mechanic itself, but the reality is the reason most of these are C and F tier is because of how those mechanics are spawned in Ruthless mode. The Standard League Atlas rewards you for investing into any of the 10 league mechanics, but the Ruthless Atlas punishes you for it. Here's what I mean. In Standard League, if you didn't invest anything into your Atlas, you have an 8% chance to encounter each league mechanic and a 35% chance to get a master mission for a random master for each map. Over 100 maps, you'd expect 8 encounters of each league mechanic and 35 random master missions. That's 115 total encounters. If we then took every single point for any one league mechanic, I'll use Blight League as an example, we are adding a 30% chance to encounter Blight and Sister Cassia each map. Over the same 100 maps, we still get 35 master missions, and we still get 8 of every other mechanic, but now we can expect to see 38 Blight encounters. We've increased the total number of endgame encounters from 115 now to 145. In Ruthless, those league mechanics do not spawn independently. Instead, when you open your map, you first make a roll to see how many league mechanics you're going to see. At Tier 1, there's a 35% chance for one mechanic, a 5% chance for 2, and a 60% chance for 0. Then, if you succeed and you do get one form of content or more, you make evenly distributed rolls between the 10 league mechanics or a random master mission. If we ran 100 maps with no Atlas, we can expect 35 activations of one mechanic and 5 activations of 2 for a total of 45 league encounters. Distributed evenly between 11 possibilities, that gives us 4.1 of each mechanic every 100 maps. Now, let's say we did the same thing, investing all in on Blight, but we did it with the Ruthless Atlas. You can see that instead of adding a chance to encounter Cassia, we are scaling up that chance. Using this Atlas in Ruthless does nothing to change the 35% and 5% chances to get league content in the first place. Instead, you are weighting the 11 possibilities of the second roll, in this case by adding 5.75 additional blights to the 11 possibilities. If you ran 100 maps in Ruthless with this Atlas, you will get one encounter 35 times, and that encounter will be Sister Cassia 14.1 of those times on average. You'll get 2 encounters 5 times, and you can expect to see Blight 3.29 out of those 5 chances. In those 100 maps, you'll get about 17 Blight encounters, but you're still going to get the same 45 total encounters. Distributed evenly, that goes down to 2.8 of each other mechanic. The points that you spend in the Atlas to increase the chance to see any one mechanic will also decrease your chance to see everything else. Now, let's say that instead of investing every point into Blight League on the Ruthless Atlas, instead you just banned all other 9 forms of endgame content. Doing this doesn't add any additional chances to roll Blight on our second roll, but it eliminates 9 of the 10 possibilities. With this Atlas, every single time you roll any encounter, it's a 50-50 coin flip to get either Blight or a random master encounter. But you still get the same 45 total encounters. Over 100 maps, this Atlas would give you 22.5 master missions and Blight encounters each, but 0 of everything else. Now for the last example. Let's say that you do both in Ruthless. You take every single blight point and you ban all of the other mechanics. Now, over 100 maps, you end up getting about 35 blight encounters, but only 10 master missions. The only way to get more endgame content in Ruthless is to run higher tier maps. Even then, the percentages don't scale up very much. In Ruthless, if you want to see one mechanic more often, the best way to do that is to ban as many of the other mechanics as possible. Investing deep into any league mechanic in Ruthless presents you with a choice. Either you won't see that mechanic often enough to justify the Atlas investment, or you must cut off your own access to most or all other league mechanics. And here's the thing, I know this is the case because this is exactly what I did with my Atlas in Total League. At first, I went all in on Blight because I wanted to play it as much as possible. But then I realized I was never really seeing Sister Cassia and my entire Atlas was wasted. So I banned all the other mechanics too, and now I've looked back and realized just how much power I lost. No cluster or abyss jewels, no juicy XP from heist contracts, but yeah, I ran a whole lot of Blight. The Ruthless Atlas punishes you for going all in on any mechanic. The more all in that you go, the harder it punishes you. You can invest into masters or base game content all you want, because almost all of those points will directly add more endgame content to your game. Know that investing into league mechanics in Ruthless is generally a bad idea, and the best investment that you can make is to ban any mechanic that you would consider a wasted role. Hopefully, Affliction League can bring some changes that actually increase the amount of endgame content that we see, but for now, in Ruthless, the scarcity is just too much. Thank you all for watching, and until next time, take care, Exiles.